Rayner's resignation is a seismic shockwave shaking the foundations of Keir Starmer's government. But the real crisis for Labour may have only just begun. A regime already struggling to stabilise has now faced an unprecedented blow. Elected with overwhelming support over a year ago, Labour has quickly descended into chaos, with polling numbers mirroring a leadership in its final days. Now, a scandal so close to power has triggered a dramatic departure, leaving Starmer to grapple with the fallout. So many Labour veterans in Downing Street, Rayner's decision to step down as both Deputy PM and Deputy Leader will hit hard. It compounds a government already battling internal fractures. Resignations always damage a leader's credibility, creating fodder for critics to claim instability. The Friday reshuffle, placing David Lammy as Deputy PM and Yvette Cooper as Foreign Secretary, may seem like a tactical fix, but it's unlikely to restore faith. After all, a Prime Minister who promises technocratic calm in a post-Boris era needs more. Even if others argue Rayner's actions differ from past scandals, the message is clear. When a minister pays £40,000 less in taxes, it reinforces the cynic's worst fears, that politicians prioritise personal gain over public service. Starmer's challenge is even greater. He lacks the charisma of a Tony Blair, relying instead on a Boy Scout image of integrity. As a former prosecutor, he positioned himself as the unexciting, rule-abiding alternative to Boris Johnson. But Rayner's resignation shatters that myth. Any sign of impropriety undermines his carefully crafted persona, a vulnerability that's hard to repair. This is more than a personal scandal. Rayner embodied Labour's aspirational vision, a working-class woman rising to the top, a symbol of social mobility. Her departure leaves a void that no single replacement can fill. She was a bridge between the party's traditional roots and its modern ambitions. A rare figure who could connect with voters on a human level. One canvasser described how Rayner joked about her garden's cleaner paving stones than her kitchen tiles, a moment that resonated deeply with working-class voters. But Rayner's story is also a mirror. How many politicians could honestly say, "That could have been me," when talking about victims of grooming gangs? For some, she represented Labour's ideal, a future where talent isn't limited to elite schools. Others, however, see her as a threat to a politics that resists progress. This divide is now front and centre, with Labour's leadership at a crossroads. Starmer must choose, focus on the red wall voters who favoured Brexit, or address the growing disillusionment among Labour's left-wing base. The latter is a risky move, as the Greens and Independents gain traction. Yet ignoring this shift could alienate the very people Labour once relied on. Rayner's resignation has exposed a deeper issue: the government's inability to craft a compelling narrative that transcends the inevitable hiccups of any administration. This autumn offers two critical chances to reset: the Labour Party conference and the November budget. If Starmer fails to seize these moments, the consequences could be far graver than the stamp duty scandal. The path forward demands not just political acumen, but a renewed commitment to connecting with the diverse electorate Labour claims to represent.